Hello there, dreamers, and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley Reddit review. Let's see what our community been up to in the last week, and if you enjoyed Disney Dreamlight Valley, click the like button, and let's go. Villagers, as soon as you need them for a quest. Okay, so this is crazy, but I always have the opposite experience. I've seen this meme before in a different format. People implying that whenever you need a villager, they're never to be found. I have noticed the opposite. I have found that once the quest requires certain villagers, they usually actually appear out of nowhere and try to congregate around you. I'm pretty sure it's a game mechanic that the villagers that have active quests on them that you're currently doing, they tend to gravitate towards you. Sometimes, yes, sometimes you're doing a quest and somebody just starts running away. I feel like it happens randomly and it's super hilarious. But overall, I'm pretty sure the mechanic makes villagers come closer to you so it's easier to do quests. Let me know in the comments, which camp are you? Are villagers that you need running away from you or running towards you? I'm very curious. Made a Cozy Botanical Library by Queenie. That is an interesting concept, combining the greens with the books. Honestly, I don't really have time to read books right now, but if I were to read a book, the perfect place to read it would be probably in a park or somewhere where there is trees and bushes. So having a library space where you have trees and lots of leaves, lots of green, that's perfect. I think Belle would approve. Me looking at the premium shop. Would you happen to have an extra moonstone? Wait, where's this from? This is Tinkerbell. Is that one of the Tinkerbell movies? I actually have them prepared for me to watch. I just need to pick a day and do Tinkerbell movies marathon. I'm sure it's gonna be super fun. But yeah, there is a lot of good stuff in the premium shop this update. Gonna need all the moonstones. I love her, and I would die for her. I feel this deep in my bones. I agree. Every time she cries, it's just the sound of it, the animation, her two little teeth in the middle of her. Whoever designed this character, from the look to the sound animations to the animations, is a genius. I know they probably took it from Inside Out and modeled it after some of the animations from the movie, but my God, that is. It's such a simple character, but the way it makes you feel, it's fascinating. I can come, but if I get too sad, you might need to carry me. Oh, I will carry you anywhere, sadness. I love when she takes really tiny baby steps at just the right moments. That is... I love it when it happens during quests, but if you ever tried to make her your companion to actually do the tasks, it takes her forever. If you are farming, it doesn't really matter. But for example, I have her as my time bender, and it takes her so long to to use those tiny legs to get to the item to throw a bonus. Yeah, but still, love her. She's adorable. Ooh, another vent about Scrooge Shop. Scrooge Shop is a joke. Something needs to be done about the Scrooge Shop. While it's great to have 3 shops, can we please rotate the diversity, the inventory, so the certain items don't appear in all 3 shops on the same day? I don't need another trash can or hairdryer or mini picture frame. What about giving us the chance to get items like Hopscotch Outline from Peter Pan or Rusty Cottage T-Beam or other items that never pop up? I check every store daily and there's a bunch of items that should have appeared by now but never have. Okay, so I personally never noticed that they're the same items spawning at 3 shops. I thought they would make it that they don't, because it kind of doesn't make sense. If we're gonna have 3 completely different shops, they should check if this item is in the other shop and just not spawn it, spawn something else. If it's not, then it's a big miss and they should definitely do this. I like the idea of doing a something like a chance, like a pity system. You know, like in some games where you open packs, and if you don't get, let's say, a legendary character after a certain amount of packs, the next pack is guaranteed to do it. They could do something like this for the Scrooge Shop. So if you haven't found a new item, for example, you log in today, no items. Not a single new item. That means next day you're gonna have like increased chance to get a new item. And then if you don't get it again, the chance goes up until it goes all the way to 100%. So basically this way, we're guaranteed to get new items every once in a while. If you have any other ideas on how to improve Scrooge Shop, also please share in the comments. I feel like I'm going to make a whole video on it soon, where I'm just going to ask the community on all the ways and ideas to improve Scrooge Store, because Gameloft is there listening. They're taking our feedback. They're taking the suggestions that people have. They've proven it over and over again. So I feel like if we all come together and share some good ideas on how to improve Scrooge Shop, but like realistic ideas, not something like make sure that like some people probably want to never have duplicate items, like always red dot items, which is kind of unrealistic. But if we come up with some realistic ideas that are not going to be too overpowered and not going to make Scrooge Shop trivial, but like just make it less frustrating. That's all we're asking for. Don't make it perfect. Just make it less frustrating. Also, to be fair, I do have a good explanation why certain items you see all the time. Those are 99% of the time the items that spawn on the shelves, on like the podiums on the first floor on the sides, because those are the only spaces that can spawn those small items. And from what I see, there is just not as many small items as there are larger items. That's why we do see repeats of the smaller items much more often, because there's just less of them. Only the tiniest items can spawn in those spots. So the other podiums can spawn pretty much anything on them because they're big enough. But the small ones only spawn small items, which means you're going to see lots of the same items, because it's very limited on what size of items can spawn there. So I do understand why it happens. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it, and I would definitely love some improvements to the Scrooge Shop. I did not get a single new item for 3 days until today. I got one new item today. So yeah, let's brainstorm. Let's come up with a solution. Free content instead of DLC. Stay tuned for the 2025 showcase stream. Is that what the plan is this year? It would be amazing not to have to buy another $40 DLC. I'm not entirely sure what do you mean by have to. Nobody is required to buy DLC, even if there is one. Plus, it's never $40. Where did the $40 number even came from? No DLC has ever been $40. It's been always $30 from the very first day. Well, maybe they're Canadian. Maybe it's 40 Canadian dollars. But I genuinely hope there is DLC this year. It's probably... Once again, I have a whole video on it speculating about the range theory and having a mini DLC. If it's going to be a mini DLC, it's probably going to be cheaper. Or if it's going to be the same price, it's going to come with much more unique items and unique mechanics to make it worth it. I do not understand hate towards DLCs. In my opinion, DLCs provide insane amount of value. Compared to moonstones, like, come on, you can spend $30 on moonstone pack that's gonna get you maybe 2-3 premium shop items, or you can spend $30 on a DLC that's gonna get you hundreds of new items, 5 new characters, lots of new mechanics, lots of new areas to explore and decorate, lots of new quests, like just so much stuff. There is nothing comes even close to the value of DLC. They could just release a $30 bundle that's just gonna come with a few items and a skin, which they do sometimes. Those 4,000 Moonstone bundles. Also, it's not really realistic to expect getting these free updates every couple of months without needing to support the game ongoing development. And DLCs is a great way to do it. It allows developers to have like additional money coming in every year from the DLC sales, and also it gives absolutely incredible value to the players, keeps the game alive, keeps the game interesting. In my opinion, DLCs are great. I don't know why so many people hate on them. Also, a lot of comments mentioned that DLCs do go on sale sometime after they released, maybe a couple months after they released. You could pick them up for even $20. And considering they usually come with a bunch of moonstones in the DLC itself, which could be also used for buying premium items, it seems like DLCs are really an incredible value. But if somebody wants to stay completely free to play in the game, totally understandable. That's why we have every couple of months get these free updates with lots of stuff added as well. So it's like everybody wins. You want to spend a little and get a whole new world? You can. You want to not spend any additional money and still get lots of free content? You can. Everybody wins. My almost 2-year-old was innocently on my game and spent 8,700 moonstones on Starpath tokens. Ouch. Oh, that kid is getting grounded. My god, 8,700 moonstones. Well, the good news is you are not going to lose 8,700 moonstones. You're only going to lose the difference when you convert them back, which is for every 100 moonstones, for every 100 tokens, you get 90 moonstones back. So you will get 7,830. So it's still a big loss. It's still about 900 moonstone loss for basically nothing. They just disappeared into oblivion. Unfortunate, but at least you didn't lose 9,000. And now you can get every single item in the star path. And you basically forced now to complete the star path so you can get your moonstones back. I hope you were planning on it anyway, because the items are pretty good. It unfortunately happened. I got burnt out trying to do awesome dream snaps just to get 900, 1200. Hubby would see me voting and couldn't believe my snaps got such low rewards considering how many other snaps have nothing to do with the theme. I moved on to a new game this week and I've been completely addicted and obsessed. I have to set a calendar reminder just so I don't forget to finish the star path at least. And this person switched to Palia, which is a beautiful game. I used to play it a lot. To be fair, when you switch to a new game, it always feels very exciting. Disney Dreamlight Valley is also very exciting for somebody who's just starting to play it. And if you've been playing it for a long time, it's very natural to feel burnt out. And it's totally fine to switch to another game, take a break, and then after a while see, do you miss Disney Dreamlight Valley? Do you feel like you want to log in and play some more? Then you do. If you don't, then I guess it's over. The relationship has been kaput. I also feel this way when voting. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing all of these shots that are just quest shots or whale shots, and like most of the shots don't even feel on theme at all. And then in the end, somehow on the portal, I end up seeing so many submissions that get 900, 1200 that look absolutely 10 times better than most of the shots I've seen when voting. So this doesn't make any sense to me. I completely agree. It just doesn't add up. I do have a table of the moonstone rewards and the percentile for every rank. And I feel like it's good to remember that top 55%, 55. So basically, if you do better than half, like almost like 50-50, that's 900 moonstones. So if you get, and for 1200, it's top 40. So on average, if you get 900 to 1200, you did better than half of all the submissions, which is not a bad indicator. Like it doesn't sound bad when you look at the rankings. It just seems like 900 is so much less than 4000. But in practice, 4000 is top 7.5%. So you need to do better than 9 out of 10 people. Like out of, on average, taking 10 people, you have to be the best in that 10 people to get 4K. Not even 10, 13. You have to beat 13 other people on average to get to get 4000 moonstones. Even to get 900 on average, you need to beat 2 other people. No, 1 other person. And then it just escalates so quickly to get 1500. The jump from 1200 to 1500 is astronomical. So 1200 is top 40%, but 1500, it's top 20%. So you went from beating 2.5 people to get 1200 to beating 5 people. Sorry, 4 people. I don't know why I'm trying to make analogy with beating people. Basically, you need to be in top 40% versus top 20, which is a huge jump. Top 20 is, it's literally crazy. Like if you got 1500, you're in top 20 submissions. It's a pretty good result. Then 2500, it's top 12.5 submissions. And then 4000 is top 7.5%, which is honestly incredible. So I do understand it's easy to feel discouraged when you see so many people out there getting 4K and you only can get 900, 1200. But still, remember, you beat half of the DreamSnap submissions, and there are certain techniques and tricks that you can use to increase the chances of your submission getting high. There are lighting techniques, composition techniques. Highly recommend checking out. There's a lot of amazing tutorials on YouTube, including a couple of them on my channel on how to improve the chances of getting higher ranks with your DreamSnaps by just slightly rearranging your items and potentially changing an angle. Also, feel free to check out Dreamer's Portal. If you need help, you can make a post. You can submit your DreamSnaps for feedback. We have a feedback feature on Dreamer's Portal. You can just share your snap and ask for people's opinions and feedback. It's extremely helpful to be able to get feedback from from people who consistently get 4K, because they clearly know what they're doing and their feedback can be very valuable. The XP gap between levels 9 and 10 for friendship is way too damn large. Really? Is it just me, or does getting character from level 9 to 10 feels like absolute purgatory? I swear the gap between those levels is longer than the whole climb from 1 to 8 combined. I'll happily run around giving daily gifts, dragging them to mine, fish, farm, dig, whatever, but it feels like I'm pouring time into a void. The XP bar barely crawls forward, increments by tiny increments, and meanwhile they're just trailing behind me, applauding my every action like, isn't this fun? It's frustrating because the reward for each level is usually something super minor like a furniture item or a costume piece, and the final quests are typically locked behind level 10 too. I'm gonna have to completely disagree with this one. I feel like it's extremely easy to level up characters. It almost happens too fast. Now I get for the friendship quests, yeah, it's you want to get all the quests done, but I never noticed from 9 to 10 taking as long as it takes to get to level 9. It doesn't ring a bell for me. It feels pretty consistent with the other level ups, slightly longer than from 8 to 9. On the other hand, if you're a beginner right now, if you're just starting to play, you're going to be unlocking ridiculous amounts of characters in a very short time, which means you are going to have to somehow try to divide and level up everyone, and that can feel overwhelming. I think this is the situation, because if you had everybody leveled up and then update drops and you have 2 new characters to level up, it doesn't feel like that big of a deal. It doesn't feel like it's going to be an enormous task. But then when you have almost every villager in your valley not even at level 10 yet, and then you have 2 more, I can see how it can get overwhelming. But I feel like it's still, like, I would never call leveling characters to be too long, because once they get level 10, that's it. They cannot take any more experience, and you're right, it is a long-term goal to get all your characters to level 10, but once you reach it, like, don't try to rush it unless you need the level 10 for a quest or something, because once you reach it, it's over. You will not be able to do anything else with your character, at least in terms of major quests or the rewards. So cherish those moments while you're still getting your characters leveled up. It's the most fun part of the game. If you still have a lot to go, just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, there are some good tips for leveling as well. You can feed the characters in a restaurant. That actually gives a lot of experience. So every couple of hours, just check in. But if you want to do it as fast as possible, you can literally give them items. I have a whole video on what items are the best for leveling. You don't have to give them their favorite gifts. You can give them... so the third best item is flowers. Flowers are the easiest to get, and you can level them up pretty quickly. Second best is gems. Gems are not as easy to get as flowers, but if you do mine a lot, and if you have a lot of gems lying around, that could be a good way to spend your shiny gems, because they're pretty much useless otherwise. And the best is food, or the shards, the purified night shards. If you do have a lot of dream shards and night shards and you don't know what to do with them, just make a bunch of purified night shards. Those level your characters like cakes. It literally gives the most experience you can possibly get from regular items, gifting them to villagers, and you can gift as many as possible. For the food, the amount of experience they get from it is based on the price of the meal from my testing. So the more expensive, the more coins you get from selling the meal, the more experience it's gonna get. So from my experience, it's not actually the star level of the meal, it's the price. So for example, making a dish with expensive ingredients, even if it's a 2-3 star meal, could give more experience at making a cheap 5-star meal. So yeah, lots of ways to level them up besides farming with them or doing like restaurant duties and stuff. All right, it's been fun. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the fun Reddit review, and I hope you hit level 10 on all of your characters very quickly, Wronglander. Thank you for watching, and huge thanks to all amazing supporters. I love Reddit reviews. It's nice to see a lot of basically takes on the game, a lot of issues people are having from potentially outside of the community, because there is a lot of things that I learn that players face, and a lot of valuable feedback from beginner players. The Dreamsnaps, I will agree. I do feel a little bit of a burnout with Dreamsnaps, but for me it's mostly not about the results, because I don't really care about my results. I just do the Dreamsnaps because I find the process very fun, and I love sharing it with the community, doing the spiral streams. But for me, the burnout kind of comes from the themes we've been having lately and how they just felt a little bit repetitive. But now with the new challenge, I feel re-energized. And even if I get 1200 next time, I will probably be okay. I would still feel motivated. But it's, once again, if you feel burnt out, don't force yourself. That's how you completely destroy your relationship with the game. If you feel burnt out, take a break, find another game, play something else, and then figure out if you want to come back to DISNEY Dreamlight Valley later. Maybe during the update is usually a good time to come back when there is lots of new stuff. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more GTV, and goodbye.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh,